This video will discuss the process to create a randomized quiz inside Brightspace. First, go to the course where the quiz will be created, go to Assessments, and then Quizzes. In order to make a randomized quiz, your questions need to be inside the question library. Access that by clicking on the Question Library tab. Inside the question library, you can either create your questions in this area here, or you can create folders, which are called sections, to store your questions. If you wish to make a section, select the New button, choose Section, and then give it a title. If you want to hide the section title from students, select this option. This section text allows you to add a description for that section, which you can also hide from your students. Select the Save button, and you'll be brought back to the main page of the question library. Now, to start making questions, open the section, go back to the New button, and you can start choosing which questions you wish to make and then creating them. After you finish creating your quiz questions, you can see for this example, I've created a number of questions in my question library. Go back to the main quiz page by going to Assessments and then Quizzes. And you can start to make your quiz itself. So we'll go to New Quiz. We'll give it a name. And now we're going to add those questions. So we'll select the Add Edit Questions button. Now to create a random question pool, we're going to go to the Add button and then select Question Pool. Give the question pool a title. For this purpose, I'll call it quiz number 1, the same as the name of the quiz that I've made. Now what I want to do is select the Browse Question Library button, which is going to open up the question library. So I can see I have my quiz 1 questions. So if I click on that arrow, I can expand the questions that I have. What I can either do is choose the select boxes to pick certain questions, or I can pick the uppermost checkbox to select all of them. And I can see up at the top it says 14 questions selected. Now I'll choose the Add button. I can see that those 14 questions have now shown up below. And then also further up, we have the number 14 here. Now this is where I'm going to specify how many of these questions to pick during the quiz. So I'll use the number 5 here. So what's going to happen is that every time a student takes the quiz, 5 of these questions are going to be chosen automatically by the system. So no 2 students should have the exact same setup of their quiz questions. Finally, choose the Save button, and then go back to settings for quiz number 1. So what we see here now is that we have our questions and they're all randomized. We don't need to shuffle them because they are random, so there's no need to turn on the shuffling. But you can adjust the page numbers that the questions are on. So either by selecting this here, so maybe 1 per page, choosing Apply, you can see that it is now split up the questions into 5 different pages. Or you can hover over the area between the 2 questions and you can select to change the page numbers here. Finally, with my quiz setup complete, I can preview this quiz by going back to the main quizzes page, selecting the drop down arrow to the right of the quiz, choosing Preview, and then selecting the Start button.